welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where this stylish stranger here, I believe, begins our Dawtrail raid. So the 8-man raid. A new challenger appears. Oh, I found you at last! You, my good madam, were born to be a star. Were I? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Metem, Head of Strategic Management at Ascension Arcadia, the premier enterprise for entertainment in Solution 9. Our flagship facility is the Arcadion, a combat arena, and it is there that we host the Ascension Arcadia Championship. It's a pinnacle for fighters in Alexandria, and I want you to be among them. What? As you have heard, circumstances have forced us to close the arena door for a time, but the time is right to reopen them. Her Majesty's tragic passing has left our citizens disconsolate, but providing them with gripping entertainment, it's our hope to help them forget their worries. If we are to accomplish that, however, it will not do to show them what they have seen countless times before. No, they need something new. Someone new. And who better than she, who not only protected our citizens from the king's army, but struck down the king himself? That was you, yes? Yes? So it was. And so, for your strength and valor, the President of the Federation has marked you to be the Arcadian's next great star. Just imagine it, an upstart, the people's protector, arrives on the scene and challenges the Arcadian's mightiest to rise up as Grand Champion. What could be more gripping, I ask you? Interesting. But what's in it for me? For your part, you will naturally be well compensated. The finest equipment Solution 9 has to offer awaits you after each and every victory. That sounds good. I dare say this has you enticed, but you needn't make up your mind right away. If you're keen to test your strength and win rich rewards, come to the Arcadion at the end of this avenue. The attendant will show you in. With that, I bid you farewell for now. I shall look forward to a favorable response. And there's the graphic card. Good, let's look what this is about. Desiree, Master Metem has been expecting you. If you'd follow me, I will take you to him. You came! By this I take you will fight in the Arcadion? Allow me to be your first to welcome you to the fold. Now then, I shall explain to you... You look like you got some fight in you, I suppose. Still, you can only be so strong without being a soul shifter. You wouldn't last long against any of us. Well, aren't you just a treat? I look forward to meeting you on the stage. You're a puny candle before my roaring flame. Make it to me and I blast you out of the ring. Those are some of the fighters you will face. They are all characters, as you can see, but I hope you do not take offense at their words. Consider it their way of welcoming you. Now, where was I? Ah yes, as I mentioned, the Ascension Arcadia Championship is a fighting competition. The realm's mightiest you get out in a bid to become the Grand Champion. I've no doubt that all Alexandria would be captivated by your journey as a challenger, and cheer you on as you fight your way up the ranks. And speaking of ranks, the fighters of the Arcadion are divided into 3 tiers. Light heavyweight, cruiserweight, and heavyweight. The ultimate objective is to become the undisputed champion in all the tiers and thereby rise up as the Grand Champion. As a rookie, your campaign begins in the light heavyweight tier, where you must defeat your 3 rivals ranked therein. Goodness gracious me, I almost forgot to mention the most important thing. The Arcadion has its own repository of feral souls, which our fighters utilize in battle. So potent are these souls they alter the fighters' very forms. Lest you wonder, it is the potency of the souls employed that separates the championship's 3 tiers. Yeah, like him back then. Or Zoralgia. Well, there it was more a matter of numbers. Now, I've been given to understand you do not use a regulator. Even when you faced the king, you did not rely on souls of any kind. That is most impressive indeed. Be that as it may, it would be egregiously unfair for you to compete with Nord to balance the scales. Fortunately, here at the Arcadion, we also have the souls of former champions in storage. We will use them to create allies to fight alongside you. And to make sure they work with you, like a well-oiled machine, we will draw upon your memories to fine-tune their appearance and abilities to your liking. Like the arcane manifestation of Golo Jaja. My, such marvelous magics exist in your world? Intriguing. Electop is the medium employed here, but I dare say it is similar in bringing forth a temporary simulacrum. And for the purpose of evening the odds, I believe 7 of these simulacra should suffice. What do you think? Using souls for entertainment is wrong. I had expected you might harbor reservations about the use of souls. Those who hear from outside the barrier often do. And so I have a proposal. An additional incentive, if you will. For each victory claim, I shall release the souls of those who fought beside you. You, my friend, would be the star who brings fresh change to the Arcadion. So what say you? Are you willing to fight under those terms? Alright. I'm in. Splendid. Excellent. Now I will tell you more about the Arcadion, but let us save it for after your first bout. After all, it would be pointless if you end up losing straight away. With that, I officially welcome you as a fighter of the Arcadion. When you are ready, take to the arena. You need but say the word. And we get tokens for equipment pieces. The Claw in the Dark. You ready then? Excellent. Rest assured, I will be here to guide you in the beginning. Now, I shall introduce your first opponent. Pray, look at the monitor. This here is Black Cat, feared as a Claw in the Dark. That's right, she's the one who took your measure earlier, But she's still a rookie herself, you'd be wise not to underestimate her. She has real talent and is expected to go far. Her favorite soul is Kafpaluk, a terrible feline said to have pushed a legendary hero to his limits. With its power, she becomes unimaginably nimble, and her very claws can rend steel. You need to keep your wits about you. Now, you should know that the ring is uniquely configured to complement the fighting style of your opponent. This in order to provide the audience with a spectacle. After all, we are first and foremost in the business of entertainment. On a similar note, I should mention that I'm also the commentator for matches. Leave it to me to squeeze every drop of excitement out of your fight. Now then, you had best see to your preparations. May you emerge victorious in your debut. AAC Light Heavyweight M1. Good, and now looking for a match, or first equipment, get better equipment. That is also an option. Okay, I see you in a moment. Transformation!
A rookie on the rise with razor-sharp claws. The ferocious feline, Black Cat!
Claw in the dark, Black Cat. Cling!
I hope you're ready to be ripped to shreds!
Our challenger's first opponent, Black Cat. Can they hold their own against our feline ferocity?
I sharpened these just for you.
So first left and right.
Beautifully dodged!
Right then left.
Can you dodge this, I wonder?
Cross AoE. And then the other directions. Please quit maker, huh?
Try this! These claws rendle!
Here it comes, Black Cat's lithe and lethal maneuver.
Look!
My ring! Please bear with us while we repair the ring.
Thank you!
Going up!
Yeah, I mean, you need to stand properly so you land somewhere that is not broken when it's your turn being thrown.
Gut you like a cod!
Oh.
You're mincemeat!
Ah, yeah.
A vicious blow! Oh, that'll leave a mark.
Good. You move and then use the skill. Okay. Now we know that.
Amazing! The challenger saw straight through it!
These claws rend all! To me, echo of my soul!
Second one.
Oh dear, the challenger's fallen out of the ring.
To me, echo of my soul!
What power! Looks like someone isn't holding back. match is decided! Victory goes to the challenger.
Hey, worked. Bravo, bravo! You were simply magnificent out there. The President's eye for talent is keen as ever. So, now that you have your first victory under your belt, I should tell you more about the Arcadion. The championship traces its roots to a time in Alexandria long before the coming of the Turali people. It was very different in the beginning though, with matches pitting recreated simulacra against each other. That's right, the very same had fought at your side, but with the advent of soul-derived resuscitation, battles to the death between living combatants become the norm, and all without any actual deaths. The contest evolved once more after Zoalja was made king. It was he who proposed the use of feral souls to enhance one's flesh, leading to the technology for it being devised. So it was that the combatants took on the power and likeness of beasts, and the audience experienced newfound heights of excitement. However, when Zoalja raised the banners of war to embark on his conquest, all feral souls were reserved for the army's use. We had no choice but to suspend operations at the Arcadion. What happened afterwards I believe you know. Having gone mad, the king was vanquished by your hands, and shortly thereafter our beloved queen was taken from us. Though we are thankfully safe now, sadness and uncertainty darkens our hearts. Some may think it in poor taste to resume the championship now of all times, but it's now most of all that the people need cheering up, and as I mentioned when first we spoke, we wish to help them forget their cares. Did you see how the audience roared when you, the upstart challenger, triumphed over a rising rookie? You have captured their imagination, and I hope you will continue to do so. I can't believe I lost to someone who wasn't even using a feral soul. What are you? Damn it all! I can't leave things like this. Say, would you mind if I watched you for a while? Don't worry, I don't have any hard feelings. I'm just curious, that's all. About what you can do. Be my guest? She's happy. Don't mind me, I'm just going to be watching you quietly. As fickle as a feline, that one, but I do hope you won't hold it against her. Deep down, she's a good heart. Always quit or something like that? Sweet poison. Although unexpected company has appeared, let us focus on the match ahead. Allow me to introduce your next opponent. This is Honeybee Lovely, the darling of the Arcadion. As you can doubtless guess, she utilizes the soul of a bee, an extremely venomous one at that. But rather than her poison, you should be wary of her ability to charm all before her. For in addition to her winsome charm, which serves her well as a songstress, she can produce the pheromones of a queen bee to enthrall even her foes. Those who fall under her spell delight in the torment she unleashes upon them. Which is why the audience will be spectating via special contraptions cloaked in holograms. It wouldn't do to have hundreds of people be enthralled. In short, there's nothing lovely about her. Despite what you may claim, you're in for a bad time. That may be so, but I have faith that you will prevail. Now, sally forth and show us your mettle. M2 now accessible. Let's see how you hold up this time for the Ferris Soul.
This starlet with a sting, the adorable but deadly, sweet but poisonous, Honey Bee Lovely! The Honey Bee Lovely show has begun.
Let's put on a lovely show for the audience. Submit to your lovely queen.
Yes. Yep.
Beautifully judged.
Line. Too close. Okay.
Vicious blow! Oh, that'll leave a mark.
Hope you're ready for me to steal your heart.
Now to savor the sweet sting of Honeybee's charms. Oh, she's definitely feeling your love. Can the challenger resist the irresistible? I know I can't. Alas, her charms were not to be denied.
Ah. Cone? Obviously.
I'll make you mine. Is everyone having a good time? interested.
Ugh.
Here comes her fearsome venom strike!
No hard feelings if I kill you?
I mean, considering I'm not wearing any of these devices, I won't have any hard feelings now. Because I'm dead then.
B is for brilliant.
What's this? Honeybee has changed her routine.
Ooh, what a delightful battle this is.
Oh.
We're just getting started.
Come on.
Who's my obedient little bee?
Okay. Don't get it again. Shit. Yeah, that was just dodge.
Your support means the world to me, everyone. B is for break you to a bloody pulp.
Crap. And again with a dot.
What a clash! Neither side is willing to yield. They're back on their feet. What creature?
just getting started.
What power! Looks like someone isn't holding back.
Down with a bee!
The match is decided! Victory goes to the challenger.
You're something else. What a performance that was! I knew you could do it, my friend. To think you actually managed to take Honeybee down. You're the real deal. With this victory, you are now eligible to challenge the reigning champion of a light heavyweight division. And as eager as I am to see you claim the crown, it will take some time to make the arrangements for the match. While you wait, why not find yourself a second? That is, someone who supports you by gathering information on your opponents and giving advice on your training. Wait. If she needs a second, then please let me do it. Those who lose aren't allowed to fight for a while, so I'm free. But above all, I'd like to see the person who defeated me defeat everyone else too. As an active fighter, I suppose you would know your opponents better than most. If Desiree is willing, then I certainly wouldn't object. I don't see why not. You won't regret this. Now, if I'm to be your second, you ought to know my real name. I'm Yana. I look forward to working together. Young though she is, Yana is a certified fighter of the Arcadion. With her knowledge of your opponents, I believe she's a sound choice for your second. Let's head to my gym. It's a bit messy, but it's a far bit more comfortable than this stereo place. As you seem to have everything well in hand, I will excuse myself. I shall see you again when it's time for the match. Now, I originally intended to end it here, but looking at the time, I think we can continue this a bit longer. Yana's Yam? Right then, follow me. The gym isn't too far from here. Hey, aren't you Desiree, a fighter who doesn't use a regulator? To not only fight, but win without using a ferrous soul, you're absolutely amazing. I'll be cheering for you from now on. I was so surprised when I saw you in the ring. You're the hero who protected us from the soldiers. I've been your biggest fan ever since. You'll win your next match too. I just know it. You heartless fiend. How dare you embarrass our sweet honeybee like that? I hate you. Enjoy the feeling while you can, you blood. You'll be begging for mercy come your next match. My, the fans are quite riled up today. Understand the need to let out their frustration, but I wish we could find more productive ways to use that energy. And you are? But do excuse me, I'm something of a storyteller and I have a keen interest in seeing how this championship unfolds. When you have a moment, I would love to ask you a few questions. Wait, you're Black Cat. What are you doing keeping company with the lass who just beat you? That's probably why you lost. You don't have any pride. I'd much rather watch your sister fight. Nobody put on a show like Wicked Thunder. This is never ending. Let's get out of here. Right. Looks like we managed to slip away. Come on. The gym's just over here. And here it is. Dawtrail's training, the home of Alexandria's finest fighters. That being said, I'm the only one here at the moment. It's also my actual home. The first floor is where I live and the basement is where I train. Now don't be shy, go in and make yourself comfortable. Yeah. It's a pleasure to meet you, miss. My name is Nayuni. Thank you very much for looking after my sister. Thank you for knocking me out, are you? Anyway, as you may have pieced together, I have two sisters. And though they're gone now, our parents were originally from Tural. They happened to be in Yasolani when the dome appeared and ended up trapped. Here they took up work as hunters, but were always opposed to regulators and never wore them. And one day they went out and never came back. Truth be told, I became interested in you because you reminded me of our parents. Like them, you're averse to using souls. We on the other hand don't see such a problem with the practice. So at our sister's urging, we started wearing regulators after mother and father died. It's only because they weren't wearing regulators and they passed that we can still remember them. Whether you're better or worse off for it, I can't say. I was too little to understand when it happened, but I've heard the story from my sisters. So when I see you fight, I can't help but feel anxious. Desiree, I say this knowing your stance, but won't you consider wearing a regulator in matches? If only to revive yourself should the worst come to pass. No. I'm afraid you can't change people's minds when it comes to soul use, Nayuni. It's a question of culture and upbringing. But rather than talk about such things, you should celebrate. You've won 2 championship matches now, Desiree. This calls for drinks. We only got energy tonics, but it's the gesture that counts, right? You're celebrating even though you lost? Cheers! Well, at least it's not granola strong stuff. Otherwise we would be seeing rainbows now. So, after what this delightful fan said outside earlier, I imagine you're curious about my sister? Her name's Euterpe, and she rose up to be a top contender in the heavyweight division. She became a fighter to look after me and Nayuni first and foremost, but it turned out she was great at it. Hardly surprising, I suppose. She always excelled at anything she set her mind on. She was a natural at combat, and on top of that she mastered how to wield electrope. Hold on, I have just a thing. Beep. Wicked Thunder was her ring name. She harnessed the 11 Steed's soul in conjunction with Electrope and could shapeshift to adapt to her enemies in battle. Cool. I'm confident enough in what I can do. You two yourself taught me how to fight, but I could never emulate her fighting style. The thing is, she just disappeared one day without saying a word to us. She was so close to being immortalized too. Immortalized? Right, you wouldn't know. All Arcadian fighters retire young. Feral soul transfiguration is just too much of a burden on the body. Those who fight to the age of 20 are immortalized in the Ascension Arcadia Hall of Fame. This comes with the privilege of moving to the luxury residences on Everkeep's upper level, where they can live out their days in comfort. Yutupi threw all of that away when she vanished. I just can't wrap my head around why. But that's enough reminiscing for now. It can't be long now before your next match, so let's head back to the Arcadion. Good luck, Desiree, and please be careful. Don't worry, I got this. I'm cheering you on. Good. Then let's go back. In World of Final Fantasy, there was this thing with become architects from the villain faction. Basically, if you strive to become an architect, you can live your life in eternal peace and leisure in a heavenly palace, all that nonsense stuff. And yeah, it was a scam there, and maybe here too? Maybe the sister found out and she disappeared before they could do something terrible to her? Maybe figure out over the course of a story. We'll see. Here you go, Desiree. I'll do my best to support you as a second. Okay, do that, Yana. But we continue this next time. And yeah, see what other fights await us in this raid here. Until next time, I'm Mace and don't get lost.